All I could think about was giving up. Most people would have, but I didn't.
I guess as someone who did first robotics in high school, this is super cool to see.
It goes $175 and you're spending the least money on marketing and design actually. If design is special, then why spend the least money?
Hi guys, I'm Dev,
I'm Lincoln.
And I'm Tony.
and we're co-founders of Invokit, where we create STEM kits to revolutionize the pathway to competitive robotics.
But first, let me tell you a story of my past. Imagine a young, eager child piecing together makeshift robots out of nothing more than shoe boxes. That was me, fueled by a passion that was as real as it was powerful. That passion, that love for robotics led me to create my own competitive robotics team. However, our inexperience was our downfall, resulting in a series of losses that felt like a punch to the gut. All I could think about was giving up. Most people would have, but I didn't. After a summer of relentless self-education and hard work, my story started to take a turn for the better. I built robot after robot after robot after robot, and my robots, once symbols of defeat, started to emerge victorious. By 2022, I had won the largest robotics competition in the world, defeating over 3,200 teams and winning numerous engineering awards. Sounds perfect, doesn't it? Sadly, it wasn't. Behind these achievements was a stark reality. Sacrifices, lots of them. I lost friendships, my mental health degraded, I lost precious time, and I was failing most, if not all, of my classes. The quest for robotics excellence took a grave toll on me. And even worse, I felt alone.
But it turns out Lincoln wasn't alone in this story. 52% of people struggle with the same issue that Lincoln had. They don't pursue a career in STEM because they find it too scary. Yet, it is these fields that form the foundation for our global innovation. This is our future, and it is our responsibility to nurture the innovators of tomorrow without the same struggle that Lincoln had. And that's why we're introducing Invokit, where we sell premium STEM education taught by robotics world champions. Our first kit is already designed, a drive-based system that comes with a customizable gearbox to teach kids about gear ratios and the other STEM topics we've integrated into the product. On top of that, we have interactive lessons and videos that we make sure to keep short so kids don't lose their attention. And last but not least, we have formed a community. We have a forum where kids can talk about their robots and ask each other questions just to make them better. And it's as simple as that. That's how we create our robotics world champions.
And after extensive marketing research, we found ourselves with just a couple competitors. To list them, we have MakeBlock, Kiwi Crate, and Crunch Labs. However, our kit simply offers more robotics concepts, and also we offer courses that are designed and taught by only the robotics champions. Therefore, our program is not only taught by the best, but we're also for those who want to be the best. Speaking about the best, our team is also the best to take on this job. Out of 7 team members, 3 of them are excellent robotics champions who will take care of all the products design. And not only that, we have 4 other team members who's going to take care of everything else. Communication, business operation, marketing, you name it, we got it. And while designing our product, we took into account the massive robotics education market globally, valued at $35 billion. And our product will specifically target the $1.5 billion middle school and high school level educational robotics kits market. And our product is going to be competitively priced at $175. We'll be getting $35 of revenue per kit. Our production cost is $75. Other expenses will total to $50 per kit, and the shipping will be $15. And in order to fuel our dreams, we're asking for $200,000. $55,000 will be going to operations, while $85,000 is going to manufacturing, $30,000 is going to marketing, and the last $30,000 will be going to website and forum design. Finally, with the funding, we'll be able to execute our future roadmap. And by the end of the year, we'll have our website fully developed, our forum fully running, and also we'll be integrating our product into different school districts to target a wider array of children. And by Q1 of next year, we'll be distributing a whopping 1,500 kits. And by Q2, we'll be diversifying our product to other levels of difficulty and expertise, rookies and pros alike.
So remember, at Invokit, we don't only assemble machines,
We assemble dreams.
Thank you.
Great. So after each team pitches, what will happen is the judges will ask questions. And they will ask questions just like they would ask questions if they were going to invest in these products. So the questions are going to be really hard. But like I said, like I mentioned, this is their reward. Because of all the hard work they put in, they are being rewarded with this. Now, the judges are going to judge in 2 categories. They're going to name, at the end of the pitches, they're going to name the most outstanding company and the best pitch. Now, the most important thing is that I want to clarify is the most outstanding company. It's not in comparison to the other companies, okay? Because Leangap is not a competition. Like you just heard, everyone is cheering for everyone because Leangap is not a competition. We don't compete against each other. We compete against ourselves. So they are going to name most outstanding company based on a 4-week journey in their industry in what they've achieved, not in comparison to the other companies. Okay? The judges will have 3 minutes to ask questions. I am going to announce when there's 30 seconds left. And please start.
All right. Questions. Great enthusiasm up there. Awesome. I'd love to know sort of what metrics you have going right now as far as like building this community. Do you have people in a Discord right now? What type of activity do you have? I'd also love to hear more about the frequency of the kits and how often you anticipate putting them out, as well as where you're going to manufacture.
Speak about the community. Right now, we actually haven't had a full community built, and that's exactly why we need the money. We're planning on doing it. We already have sent out forms. People are interested in it, so we know the need for it, and all we need to do is develop it. We want it on our own website. We don't want to do it on a different platform, and that's part of it. And
I think also to tie sort of into that is what you're asking a little bit about marketing too. So what's great about being a small startup is that we can leverage our family connections, our personal network. And we've been in middle school. I know some parents they're in group chats, and we can leverage that as well. And I think someone else can speak to the roadmap.
And in the future, we're going to be partnering with like bigger companies so that we can make our production more efficient and also cheaper. And since big companies have like bigger connections too, they can just allow our products to be spread over a like larger area on the map, like over the entire US, for example.
to speak about how often we're going to make products, right now we're only going to focus on this first kit we're going to get fully developed and done. And there should be 2 other kits that we're already designing that build on top of this kit, and that has levels to it, right? And then from there, we want to have some for beginners and then advanced.
Okay, I have, I guess as someone who did first robotics in high school, this is super cool to see. And then I did some, I think, Baja essay in college. I have a follow-up question, actually, since I've worked on a lot of community products. I'm curious, why do you want to build your own forum on the website versus, using something, more grassroots, like Discord, for example, or other, Slack, Reddit. There's a lot of kind of tools out there.
I mean, the way we wanted to frame it is we wanted to build our own brand, right? We didn't want it to be like based off something else. We wanted to be like Invokit, one stop. You learn your robotics. This is where people talk. This is where.
Yeah. Give me the translator. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. This is like where people talk with each other. This is where the videos are. It's where everything is at once. And we just wanted to make it the best user experience. Yeah.
Can I add more on that? It's also because we target a niche market of middle schoolers and high schoolers who really are into robotics or really want to get into robotics. So in our website, we'll have that forum based, and you'll meet like-minded people too.
Yeah. Great question. Thank you.
I mean, I think the big question is you mentioned quite a lot about the courses, right?
Yeah.
Of course, taught by the champions. But is that the special sauce? Because I think, right, the kit, I think there are other companies developing kit as well. But you said that, hey, you do courses and maybe others don't, or maybe if they end up starting their own courses.
Well, to answer that question, great question, by the way. Our robotics program is going to be taught by three robotics champions over there, and they have been through this exact journey. Like, all of them started basically how Lincoln started, and they have extreme amounts of sympathy and understanding of how the robotics scene works. And so we're basically offering a lot of like we just understand more about the field than a lot of our competitors do.
Do you know how much it's going to cost to sell a kit?
Can you repeat that question?
How much would it cost to sell a kit? I mean, sorry, like to acquire a customer, like CAC. What the CAC would be?
Well, our price is $175 per kit.
The thing is, you have no community, right? And you're saying, okay, the courses are special. I think the courses are special, right? But you got to build a community around courses now, like, right? Like even using someone else's kit, to be honest, and teaching kids, hey, this is how you do it. So you build a user base that is like sort of like loyal to the teaching, not to the kit maybe, right?
Yeah.
And that loyalty around like teaching turns into, hey, we got our own kit now. That's like super awesome, designed by us. You should buy it, right? Because $175, and you're spending the least money on marketing and design, actually. I think manufacturing, given, is going to take a lot of but everyone has manufacturing costs, right?
Yeah.
But I think if design is special, then why spend the least money? If the reach is going to be more, you want more people to, of course, buy the product, then that's the least as well. That means you don't have a community, you're not marketing yet. So what would be the CAC, right? Because $175 might be, you might be selling for $500, and then you're going to be in losses. I mean, you're going to lose money on every single kit.
So for that, we've already reached out to a bunch of schools in the different areas, right? And that's what we've been doing for advertising. We've been doing just communication with personal connections, and then we've emailed 10 plus schools, and some of them are interested, and that's how we're going to try to get it to the first area of people, if that answers your question.
No, I would just say know your numbers. I mean, that's all. I mean, I know this is as harsh as it is.
Oh yeah, by the way, we have 7 sales already that are through just people that we've reached out to personally.
So I do want to kind of challenge again on the community piece, right? Like you know, your special sauce is right developing these courses, forums. You know, you have manufacturing here, but it is going to be expensive and take time to build up. You know, like forums on your website, or is this a mobile app versus using something like Discord, Reddit, or putting some information on YouTube? And I guess a lot of the question too, which lends to customer acquisition, is part of maybe having that Discord community, even if it's private, is it also lends itself to easy discovery. If you concentrate on your own website, I think there could be some challenges there.
Okay.
I think one thing basically that I'm hearing from every judge is that you can do more and spend less time and less money to test this sooner with students.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I guess another question on maybe distribution strategy. So, you have these kits, you're targeting people who are learning about robotics. Are you specifically going to focus on like I guess first is probably the biggest competition, or is it just, anyone looking at robotics? Because I remember, I think as someone who participated in it, we would get support like from that competition itself, or like we have to pay for these materials. So just trying to understand, right, who your like target customer is.
Monica, do you?
Well, I think one of my mentors put it in a really funny way, but they're basically tiger parents, people who want their kids to excel and to learn robotics in a really relevant way, and to get their kids ahead so they know what's coming next. Because for Lincoln, he had to learn the basics in high school that he should have in middle school. So that's really that niche market that we're targeting.
I have one question about that. What you were talking about, Lincoln, was like this sort of double-edged sword of learning robotics, but it taking a big toll. Are we now putting that toll on even younger, earlier students, or are we helping them?
Well, we're revolutionizing the pathway to like being a competitive robotics person. And this means that instead of going through his journey, which is like tens of summer camps, education courses, and like meetings and like tutors and like a bunch of other programs. We're just simplifying it down to like one kit, probably several kits in the future too, and some courses which are one stop. And this is remarkably less stress than all of our competitors combined, which is what a lot of students in robotics takes these days.
We want to take all the lessons and important lessons that he learned of the like the thousands of hours that he put in, and just combine it into just exactly what we need for the kids. Yeah.
Last question.
I was just going to comment on that. I think like another way of saying what you're doing, because like I haven't done FIRST Robotics, but my understanding is that it's a very expensive program to partake in, and it's not accessible to a lot of young people. So what you might be saying is like that you're democratizing access to some of this type of learning and teaching for students who wouldn't have the opportunity to do so otherwise.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why we priced it at what we did with all that's included. One thing that we wanted to phrase it as is like world-class price taught by the world-class robotics champions. And yeah, we just want to make it so everyone, that was done purposefully so we have the biggest market and make sure everyone can get a chance to become a robotics champion.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
Very much.